everyone, it's Jen. I am doing a video response to a tag that Shannon Green put out there to just show what's on your craft desk. And I saw someone else doing it this morning, and I have quite a few things on my desk right now, so before I clean up and finish these projects, I thought I would share. And if you hear some noise, my daughter Anya is on the other side of the room.
Hi.
And she is she's actually working on a toilet paper mini for her girlfriend. But let me just go over what's on my desk quick. And some of my favorite products are out, so I'll share what I like about them. This up here is a cigar box that I picked up downtown. We have a cigar store, and he had all the boxes out there for just a couple dollars, so I picked one of those up to alter. Some of my trims, I was working on flowers, making some flowers this weekend. And this is just a little cloth bucket that I keep all of my paper flowers in. And these flowers actually I had recently purchased from Lisi 46. And they are absolutely beautiful paper roses. And so I had those out because I was altering a couple of them. And let's see what else. This is my most favorite cutter. It's a Fiskars cutter that I've ever had. I've only had a couple. I've had the, I can't remember the name of them. I want to say Cuttlebug cutters, but I don't, Cutter Bee cutters. I've had those before. But this one I've had for quite a while, and I absolutely love it. You do have to replace the blades quite frequently. They dull pretty quickly, but I'm okay with that because I really like the way it cuts. You can make a very precise cut of you can cut a very small piece off of a sided piece of paper and have it be even, and so that's what I really like about the cutter. And my light, which until I had used one of these at a crop one day, I had no idea. Anya's going to take the cutter, I think. How much easier it is to see with an light, especially when you're doing, I don't have the best vision, and I have my reading glasses right here for when I do small cutting. And I apologize for the video being a little shaky. I'm holding my iPhone. But I was at a crop and I was having a really hard time seeing, and someone had an light they let me borrow, and just huge difference in what I was able to see. So I got one for myself. I think when Joann's online was having, every once in a while they put one of their lights on sale for very inexpensive. I think this is like a $60 light, and I got it for $19. But it is, I can't even tell you how much better that I can see with it, especially when I'm doing cutting out items for paper piecing or just doing anything that's really intricate. Hugely helpful. So love that. And these are my inks, my distressed inks, and these are the inks that I actually use the most. My StazOn inks and the Ranger Archival inks. I like these because they are permanent and waterproof. And so those are really my go-to inks. These are the ones I use the most. I do love the distressed inks. So, it just depends on, I guess, what you're doing, what kind of projects you're doing. My little bin of doilies, and then let me show you a couple of projects I was working on. I just finished making this little tiny little hello card, and I was testing out a punch on it, and I don't have prior to now I haven't had any edge punches. I don't, other than having like a couple circle and heart punches, I just don't have a lot of punches, and I think I don't have them because I don't have any storage space for them. But I really wanted to try out one of the edge punches, so I had purchased this Martha Stewart edge punch, and actually I really like it. I don't think I'll be getting a ton of them, but I just love this one, and I'm sorry I don't know the name of it. And then I love this little birdie stamp, which is right here. It's a Hero Art stamp. So I had just made this little card, and this stamp is from the dollar bin at Michael's. And then I used the edge punch again on the inside with just some trim and made a little tag to go inside there. So I had just finished that. And I was altering flowers and just fooling around making embellishments. And this is a rickrack flower that I had made, but instead of leaving it closed, I bent all the leaves open. And I'll see if I can get my phone to focus here. And then just covered it with some gesso and glitter, and then put some crackle accents all over the top of it to hold the leaves open. And I really like the way that that came out, so I'm going to make some more of those. And let's see. I was working on altering a spool, and this was just an empty spool that I had some, that was just regular ribbon from the craft store. And so I covered it with some papers, and I covered the inside, and I inked the inside, and then did this little collage of flowers. And so there's one of those flowers that I had altered from Lacey 46. Put some other flowers and some trims and a little paper piece on there. I think that's, I got that in a rack in a Winnings from Burley Kim 37. And I just want to add a couple of metal embellishments on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make I take seam binding and stamp it, and I put some of the Glimmer Glam from Tattered Angels on there to seal it. So I'm going to kind of make some homemade seam binding, stamp seam binding, and then I'm going to wind it on there. And on the back side, I just put some Glimmer Glam on this doily, which you can see it like stiffens it up. And then I have one of these chipboard pieces I'm going to layer and put that on the back side so that it'll be flat. But I think I'm going to be doing a giveaway challenge really soon. I want to try and get it up by the end of the week because I want to have it run for the month of August. So hopefully that will be the next video I make. But I'm going to be giving away some store-bought items, but I thought I would include this possibly in there. So, and this was a lot of fun to make. I've seen other people make altered spools, but I put some tulle trim on there. But a lot of fun. That was fun. And I had just taken some chipboard pieces and made these little embellishments with some micro beads and put some, I don't know if you can see the crackle accents on there. And what else do we have? These are just other altered flowers. These are Wild Orchid Craft flowers. These I received in Iraq, and then these little ones, I had bought a bag of like 100 of these little tiny silk flowers in the wedding section, and just put some ink on there and some gesso and glitter and glossy decoupage. And so I like the way that those came out. I love altering flowers. These are some of my favorites. Okay, what else do we have? I just got these from Christy Tomlinson's Scarlet Lime Shop. This is a black ballpoint permanent doodle pen, and is actually the only one I know of anywhere, whether it be from Staples or online or anywhere, that you can get that's a ballpoint pen that's permanent. And she had been out of them for a while, and I couldn't find one anywhere. And then she recently, well, I'm not exactly sure. I checked back, and she had them back in stock in the store. And they're relatively inexpensive, but they are fabulous for mixed media because they flow really nice, and you can have the ink be permanent on top of decoupage. And it's the only other pen, well, I shouldn't say the only other pen. When I didn't have these to use, I used the Micron pens, which are also permanent, but they are a felt tip versus a ballpoint tip, and so the ballpoint tip is much easier to doodle with. and I ordered 4 of them. One of them just to have in case they're not available anymore. They're made by Pilot, and I'm not sure if she has them specifically made for her store. Pilot used to make a ballpoint pen, permanent ballpoint pen that you could buy at like Staples, but they don't make it anymore. So I'm not exactly sure, but I'm going to give one of these away in my giveaway. That's why I ordered extra ones. But they are fabulous. I love them. And let's see what else. Just a little bowl of some flower centers. I love this little caddy here. Some of my trims. This is my bin I always have sitting right next to me. It just has all my go-to items in it. My glue gun. This I always have right next to me. It's just water and Perfect Pearls. I use that on like everything. Just even regular, you know, I spray all my papers with it and stuff that I use. It dries really quickly. Some gesso. This I just picked up at Target just in the past week. My girls use a lot of colored pencils, and we needed a pencil sharpener. And it was, again, this was really inexpensive. I think it was $1.50. And I bought it because it was just, the pattern on it was so cute. But it works great. You know, sometimes you buy a cheap pencil sharpener, or you get them for, you know, back to school and all that, and they don't work real well. This one, I just sharpened all of our colored pencils, and it worked fabulous. So if anyone needs a pencil sharpener, that's a good buy. And these are my favorite tweezers, and mine are a mess. They're covered with all kind of goo. I get these at AC Moore. They're $3.99, and they're in the beading section, and they have a super, super fine tip on them. This one is all bent from my heat gun. I usually keep some that have glue on them, and then I try and have one around that's somewhere. There's one here that's, here it is, that's relatively clean. And then, so, you know, sometimes they have them 50% off. So for $1.99, these are my favorite tweezers. And I think that's it. Oh, what else am I working on? I'm working on, my pieces just fell off that were drying. I'm just doing a card super quick for the little girl that lives down the street. Her birthday's tomorrow, that my daughter babysits. So I was just, these pieces were just drying. This is from a stamp, a Unity stamp, one of their itty bitty stamps. It's a little cupcake, and it actually comes with a heart on top, but I'm gonna put something else on top. I was just waiting for the glitter to dry. And these are my, first of all, I love these mini glossy accent bottles because they don't clog as easily as the big one, and you can get these online at Joann's. These are the only ones I use anymore for the regular glossy accents. And then I have several bottles of stickles just like everyone, but I rarely use them. I use my clear ones all the time. The Stardust and the ice stickles, which I just recently started using and I love. It's just thicker, chunkier glitter. So that's like, I use the ice stickles around the top of the icing, and then I use the smaller stickles around the bottom. And this is frosted lace, which this one is new to me, and it's it really just kind of gives like a pearlized effect. It has glitter in it, but it's not super sparkly like the regular stickles. However, I do like that. And let's see, a couple other things. Glaze pen, and I just use that to fill in the hearts on this cupcake. Sorry, we have the windows open today. Motorcycle just went by, but we live in upstate New York, and we had a massive heat wave last week. Like heat index 103, 105. Poor Anya was dancing at the fair on both of those days, and it was just crazy. But we have the windows open today, so motorcycle just went by, but It's in the upper 70s, which is just lovely. So anyway, now I'm rambling and getting really sidetracked. But that's what's on my desk. So I'm going to finish up the birthday card and the spool and clean things up before I start my next project. So everyone have a great day. Anya, you want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great day.